White House spokesman Jay Carney tied himself in knots this week trying to explain this inconvenient fact.
The median salaries in the White House, women make 88% of what men make.
And I'll tell you what he said coming up. This week we heard over and over again from the White House, from members of Congress, from journalists, that women earn 23 cents less than men for doing the same work.
On average, a woman still earns just 77 cents for every dollar a man does.
And today Congress argued over a bill called the Paycheck Fairness Act. And that bill is premised on this 23-cent wage gap injustice. Well, let's do a little reality check. First of all, no competent labor economist takes the 23-cent wage gap injustice claim seriously. There was an analysis of more than 50 peer-reviewed papers commissioned by the Department of Labor. What they found is that the so-called wage gap is mostly, perhaps entirely, an artifact of the different choices men and women make, different fields of study, different professions, different balances between home and work. Now, wage gap activists will argue that even when you control for relevant variables, women still earn less. Well, it always turns out they omit one or two crucial variables. So why play this game? Now, a colleague of mine, the economist Mark Perry, has been blogging for several months about the gender pay gap at the White House. It turns out that the median pay for female staffers is 88% of that of male staffers. Now, White House spokesman Jay Carney created a firestorm of protest among reporters because he was tap dancing around this embarrassing fact.
Well, I would say a couple of things about this. We know that closing the gender wage gap is a key part of our economic agenda, women's agenda, and here at the White House, equal pay legislation deems that there should be equal pay for equal work, and that's what we have.
He insisted on the one hand, oh no, women earn equal pay for equal work in the Obama administration. And he sort of dismissed the 88-cent figure as being, well, just an aggregate of everyone on the staff from junior to senior levels. Well, what he essentially was saying is that the 88-cent gap is no proof of White House discrimination, since it leaves out so many variables. Well, fine, that's right. But why then does the president use the 77-cent figure, which is misleading in exactly the same way? Now, reporters also pressed Betsy Stevenson, who's a member of the White House Council of Economic Advisors. They pressed her about the bogus factoid. To her credit, she quickly acknowledged that there were a lot of things that go into the 70-cent figure, and many things contribute to it, and that no one was saying, she said, that it was about discrimination. Well, yes, they are. And activists, politicians, they have been saying it for years. Now, it is not my claim that women no longer face discrimination in the United States. There is no evidence that I can see, or most responsible economists can see, of systemic wage discrimination against women. But of course, there are still workplaces where women are being shortchanged. But here's the bottom line. Women who are struggling economically or coping with gender bias, they're going to be best served by truth, careful research, not hype, spin, factoids, advocacy data. We'll all be better served by truth. So the White House, members of Congress, journalists, and everyone else should stop using the specious wage gap statistic. Just let it go. I'm Christina Hoff Sommers. Thank you for joining me. Now leave your questions in the comment section below this video, and we'll try to address them in a future episode. And if you hear a statistic on women that's strange credulity, post it in the comment sections so my team and I can check the facts. And also subscribe so you can get an alert about our next video. Thank you.